Hello cruising world, Mick the Suit Guy with you. I'm going to keep this as brief as possible because I'm about to do the longest video I've ever done. It's a ship tour of Carnival's Mardi Gras. Oh, it's long. You know, we're on for 7 days. It wasn't enough. I totally missed the spa. I totally missed Camp Ocean on deck 4 and 5. So I'll show you a diagram of where they're at. But I totally forgot to get video. What can I do? I am going back on again at the end of February and March, but I wanted to get this out, didn't want to wait. So I got the rest of it. Anyways, enjoy this very long video. I did make the mistake one time of saying, if anybody watches to the end, they get a free cruise. Bad mistake, because about several thousand people watched that video, and I had to apologize to a lot of people for making a false claim. But I am going to say, if you get to the end of this one, I will give you a standing ovation because it's damn long. Woo! You are keen if you watch all this video, that's all I'm going to say. I might even watch it. I hope it's okay. If there's any mistakes, let me know in the comments. You know, not mistakes that you didn't like the video, mistakes in missing things and what have you. You know, not insulting me and saying, you know, like somebody just put on one of my my videos, I put a brilliant video of the backyard band on the Mardi Gras, and they put down they're hiring at Walmart. I'm not really sure what you meant by that, but I thought that was a bit disrespectful. But who am I? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to take the comment down. I would prefer he hadn't made it because I think it's a bit insulting to the quality of the musicians on Carnival. But you know, each to their own. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Speaking of which, let's get on with this. Caffeine. That's my recommendation. All right, buckle up, here we go. There are many, many decks on Mardi Gras. As you can see, we're going to walk you through them as efficiently as I can. If you ever want to know what those labels mean, and that deck plan is on Carnival's main website, here are the color codes for the different cabin types, and there's an accommodation symbol legend. All these different symbols will indicate what is in each cabin, as in, are they connecting cabins? Look for that white diamond or the white triangle. Do you have bunk beds, etc.? They'll all be linked to those symbol legends. Now, I'm going to show you these decks on this wonderful ship. This is deck 4 and 5. I forgot these 3 things to show you, so I forgot to take video, and I couldn't take video of one of them. But on deck 4, you have Camp Ocean, the Family Harbor Lounge, Dr. Seuss's Bookville, and all that good stuff. On deck 5 forward, the Cloud9 Spa. Now, the entrance, you can go in on deck 6, but you go down to deck 5, and I didn't go down and get any video. But the chef's table is at the back there. You cannot get to it because you've got to go through the galley, and you can't do that right now. So the chef's table is in Carnival Kitchen. So let's start you off with deck 6, 7, and 8. First up, deck 8 there, those cabins you saw were the Havana cabins. So we're going to show you those a bit later. Now, this is the Palm restaurant. It's on 2 levels. This is for the your time, anytime dining. The other restaurant, the Flamingo, which is for early and late dining, is only on 1 level. So be aware of that. So this is, again, the back of deck 6. We're going aft to forward. So this is the entrance we're leaving from right now. On the right, you'll see the menu on the wall for that night's dinner. You can always check that, but it'll also be on your hub. You can check that for every day of the week. If there's any days you don't like the look of the menu, go to a pay restaurant. We actually didn't go to the restaurant all week, so there were so many good restaurants we didn't have time. On the left here is Carnival Kitchen, where they're also doing the chef's table right now. Carnival Kitchen is where you do the cooking classes, where the chefs will show you how to prepare some meals. It's a lot of fun. You can book them online. I recommend doing it in advance because they do sell out. But chef's table is also in there for now until we're allowed to go through the galley. Coming up on the right is Emerils Bistro 1396. It's not very big, it's not very full, it wasn't busy all week, but the food was phenomenal. I strongly recommend you go here. They do breakfast, $5 for each breakfast item in there is amazing, and the dinners are not that expensive either. Strongly recommend it. This is the Fortune Teller Bar on the left, and on the right there, they have musical entertainment every night. Fortune Teller Bar on the left, some amazing cocktails they'll make in there. Julie loved the bog juice, I think that's what it was called. On the left, there are some shops. We're going to go past here, then come back and show you the other side of this little area. A lot of places on the Mardi Gras just on one side of the ship. There's a few on both sides, so we're going to do a little bit of doubling back here and there. But right now, I'm just walking you through some of these shops. Straight ahead there is going to be the center stage area, the first level of it. It's on you can see it from 3 different levels, but we'll get back to that in a second because I want to take you around here to the left. and we're going to double back and show you the opposite side of what's going on, because this is the French Quarter. Well, there's some elevators, but coming up here is going to be the French Quarter. That machine there on the left, by the way, a little tip you may not know, you can change bills in there. Anything down to 5s. You can't get 1s, but anything from 5s and up, you can change, well, you can change down to. This is the brass Magnolia bar in the French Quarter. Nice little bar. They have beers as well as special drinks in there. The fortune teller only had mixed drinks, no beers. And they had musical entertainment in there every night. All the different bands and musicians played there at one point or another. And at the back here is the Flamingos Restaurant. This is where you will go for set dining, early or late. And remember, this is just on one level, deck 6. That's the side back into the fortune teller bar. So we'll come back down here. Again, on the left is your brass Magnolia and the area where they have musical entertainment at night. We spent a lot of time down here. We do like to go to the Alchemy bar, but it was always busy. There's a little internet station right there. So we're going to come back out of here and continue going forward on deck 6. On the left here is cherry on top. And just past there is the coffee, the Java Blue. There's some really cool pastries and stuff in there for free during the day. So I'd check it out randomly, see what's on there, because they were really good and they were free. Empanadas for Julie, she loved them. This is the center stage area on the right. There's a bar as well down there. Again, you can see this from 3 different levels. So we're going to try and show you the view from all different levels. This is during the day. It transcends at night into a wonderful experience. And I'm going to put a separate video up showing you what it looks like. So I would check that out. Trying to keep this as simple as possible because it's already a long video. Now you're walking down here. On the left is the piano bar, which is not the largest piano bar. So I would recommend getting in there early. Even more so, the comedy club, the Punchliner, is coming up here on the left. I learned when I was sitting at the Brass Magnolia that when the line got into view, I had to get in line or I wouldn't get in. So you definitely need to go early if you want to get into the comedy club. They do some shows in the main theater. We're going to show you in a second. Easy to get seats for that. But if you want to go into the main shows in the comedy club, the adult shows that are in there, the PG ones are in the Limelight, you need to get in early. This is the gym. Nice big gym. Again, for those of you that are used to the layouts on most Carnival ships, you'll expect this to be up top. So this ship does take a little bit of getting used to because it's on deck 6. That's the gym. And right opposite the gym is the entrance to the spa. Again, most of the stuff is down on deck 5, so you'll go in here and down to deck 5 to get in. But this is the entrance coming up straight ahead. On the right would be another entrance to the comedy club. But there's the entrance to the spa. And then we're going to take you in here and take you down to the main theater, which is very weird. I did not go to any shows. I saw the comedy shows in here, and I know one thing they specifically told us in the comedy club is if you were going into here for the comedy shows, there was no bar service, so make sure you take a drink. I honestly don't know if that was the case in the main shows, but I can only imagine it was. I tell you what, the bartenders on this ship, they do about 25,000 steps a day minimum. I talked to many of them, and there's a lot of walking for them to do on these ships because everything is so far apart. They definitely earn their money and they keep their fitness. That's why they're all so thin. They're running around everywhere all day. But this is the main theater. Right now we're forward on deck 6. Very different to what you might be used to. Most of the shows, or the special shows, they concentrated in the time I was on, at least it seemed like, in the center stage, which, as you'll see from my other video, is spectacular. So quite understandably, a lot of the emphasis goes on that one. But they do shows in here, and like I said, they do comedy showcases where both comedians will show back to back in there. But again, like I've said on this video already a few times, not the sort of look you expect from a Carnival theater. Now we're going to come back out onto deck 7, and we're going to go from forward to aft, a little loop around. And one of the first things we're going to hit is the casino, which you're going to see is enormous. We were just on the Virgin Scarlet Lady before this, and on there, the casino was tiny. I mean tiny. Less than 100 machines, 6 or 7 tables. Just do a quick comparison between that and this one. Blown away by how big this casino was. And how busy it was. If you like the gambling experience, this is definitely the Carnival ship for you, I would imagine. There's the bar straight ahead. I'm going to cut down here and show you this side. But trust me, we are far from done. And as you can tell, it was Christmas. Well, December, early December. Christmas stuff was out. More machines down there, as you can see. Tables and more tables down there. We're in port, so it was closed. And then more machines and more machines. Now we're coming back. And there's the bar again on the left. I'm going to walk you back down to the second part of the casino. I told you it was big. More tables. Coming up on the left, more machines. And on the right, more tables. You could have gone out that door on the left there and had the first part of the center stage from this deck, but I'm going to take you back down past here, and then you'll see it looking back. But you could have gone out a little bit further down, basically to the left of where we're at right now, and been on the center stage already. But I just wanted to walk you through the whole casino to show you the size of it. And we're almost done, but let's just squeeze a few more machines in there, shall we? There you go. Right, casino done. Seemed like it took forever, didn't it? Now we're going to come back out into the main center stage area. Like I said, you could have gone the other side of this and walked along it from the opposite left, like kind of down there and come around. We're going to show you briefly here what it looks like from up here. But if you look straight ahead, you'll see we could have cut down and come all the way along there as well. But this is the look of center stage from deck 7. Nothing like you'll see it at night. All is quiet right now. Plenty of seats everywhere, but I do recommend coming here somewhat early because people do tend to sit around all night and don't share seats for between shows. They do 2 or 3 different shows of the same show each night, but doesn't mean people leave. They tend to stick around. So it is really, really good. And we're going to keep walking more shops. Again, we're going forward on deck 7 to aft on deck 7. More shops. And then coming up, we're going to see the Alchemy bar in a second. But before we get in there, we're going to pop to the right here and take you into the Limelight Lounge. This is where they do the PG comedy shows, they do some trivia in here, and they do the karaoke. We'll be in the Limelight Lounge right there. A lot of these rooms I didn't go all the way in to show you around. This video is very, very long. So I was trying to just more show you where things are. And I'll be doing separate videos on how everything looks inside, done by kind of department, as it were. But this is the Alchemy bar. And this was packed every single night. Good luck getting a seat if you didn't go early. And it was the same people every night. We're now above the fortune teller and the Emerils. You can just see it there on the left, the Emerils. More seats here, like a little overflow. And we're going to come through here. And now we're going to hit the Steakhouse. A lot of people told me this bar was a very cool bar to hang out in. Not many people did, so it's like a hidden gem, as it were. But there's one large table on the left there. I'm going to pop you in here real quick, unlike the other restaurants, just to show you, because it was quite small for a steakhouse, especially with the size of the ship. So I would recommend, if you want to go to the steakhouse, maybe make reservations in advance, because there really wasn't room for a whole number of people considering the size of the ship and the number of guests there are on there. But again, in a separate video, I'm going to break down all the restaurants with a tour of each one, showing you what they all look like inside. All right, we're almost done with deck 7, but we're getting there. There's the Dream Studio, one of them. There's a couple on the ship. And this is the upper level of the Palm restaurant where you can do the your time dining, anytime dining. Again, this one has 2 levels. The Flamingo for the early and late only has 1 on deck 6. And it's just behind the brass Magnolia. So this is the upper level. I'm going to come back out from there. And we're going to go up to deck 8. So we've now covered deck 6 and deck 7, and we're almost a third of the way through. All right, so we're at the back of deck 8 now. First thing I'm going to do is bring you back here, and I'm going to show you what they call summer landing. By the way, and you can see this on every deck, really good ship layouts of everything that's there. And we're going to take you back here to summer landing. This is where they have the Pig and Anchor, the Heroes Bar, and a nice area outside we're going to show you. On the right, there's the brewery at Pig and Anchor. There's the Portside Liquor and Tobacco Shop. You can get your duty frees. The Heroes Bar is there on the left. And then this area here is to the Pig and Anchor. The barbecue is on the right. I didn't show that in this video, but it's over behind there. There's the bar, looking back at it. And there's a stage in the corner where the band's played, and they did trivia in here a lot. A really fun place to hang out, some games there. But we're going to take you back out here to what they call Summer Landing, which is a relaxation area, as they say. There's a pool right there. Plenty of chairs and lounges. And anybody can come back here. Not like the Havana, which we'll show you in a second. Havana's on deck 8 as well, but at the front. There's a couple of hot tubs. There and there. And there's another bar just up on the left. We're in port here, so you won't see too many people around, so I did some filming. Everybody was ashore, which was nice. And we're just going to show you the other side of Summer Landing, and then we're going to come back in and walk you down the inside of deck 8. Big ship. I remember I walked down our deck. We were on deck 14. It took me over 3.5 minutes to walk from one end of the ship to the other. It's big. So that's Summer Landing. Now we're going to go back inside. I'm going to walk you through the inside of deck 8. There they are, checking for masks when you go inside. I like that. All right, again, so we're going back in here. This is the Pig and Anchor area on the left and the Heroes Bar on the right. The bar is coming into view there on the left. They had bands playing in there. On the right-hand side is the duty-free alcohol and tobacco store. There's the brewery. They do the brewery tours still. Well, actually, they didn't on this tour, but they will eventually do the brewery tours again, I'm sure. On the right-hand side, we have guest services. Actually, not 100% sure if they did the brewery tours or not. I don't remember. I could be wrong there. Double check when you get on board. And on the right-hand side here is Carnival Adventures, where you do your shore excursions. On the left there is Rudi'a Seagrill. That was our favorite restaurant. Amazing seafood in there. Now here's the panini and sandwich, the deli right there. And then just beyond that is the pizza. There's an area outside you can sit as well. This is a very popular area, always busy. Again, not where you'd expect it to be on a Carnival ship, but it's on deck 8 right there. Just past here is another one of the bars. Very popular bar that was. I forget the name of it. I'm mental blocking. Oh, somebody put it in the comments. But this is the Cucina Del Capitano. It is enormous because you can eat here for free. They realized they didn't have enough room in the main restaurants to cover everywhere or everybody. So they made the Cucina restaurant enormous and gave you a modified menu. I'm just going to pop in here real quick to show you how big it is. It's not the same menu you would see in the pay Cucina restaurant. It's a slightly different menu. Not as good, but it's still okay. It's free. And also the Chibang, which was supposed to be Gigi's, but they made it Chibang, which is an Asian and Mexican theme. That is about the same size, and that is also free. We're going to come to that in a second. But here is some of your pixels. Photograph studios. Pixels, pixels, pixels. Going to come up through here. And now we're back into the center stage area. So this is the view you would get from deck 8, looking down into the center stage. But on the left are some more shops. Over to the right there is center stage, more seats. At the top, not so many. Most of it's on deck 6 and 7. There is your sushi. Bonsai sushi there, and your teppanyaki on the left. So we're almost at the front of deck 8 now. Another quick look down at the center stage area from up here. Obviously the view is not going to be as good from up here, so you're best off on deck 6 and 7 if you can. But we're going to come down here, and then we're going to hit Chibang, then we're going to hit the Havana Cabana area. Another Pixels Dream Studio right there. There's the Havana Bar. They had Latin music in here every night. Very cool. And again, anybody can go in here. You just can't go outside. And coming up here on the left is going to be Chibang. Again, like the Italian, it's a free option. The food was okay. I wouldn't say it was the best I've ever had. It certainly wasn't bad. It was free. But this is where you'll go for your Japanese/Mexican option cuisine. And as you'll see, it's enormous. Because like I said, these are overflows to the main restaurant. If you're on your time, anytime dining, if you check in on the hub, you can actually check in for either this, Cucina, or the restaurant, whichever comes up first. Obviously, you can just do the restaurant as well if you wanted to, but they do give you that option. So that's going to be there for probably ever. It's too big to be a pay restaurant. Now, at the end here, you've got the entrance to the Havana staterooms. I'm going to show you. So in there is where you would go to your staterooms. You need the special bracelet for that. I'll be in there in February or March, but for now, who cares? I'm a rebel. I just went in. Nobody stopped me. So I'm going to show you the Havana area. So this is the outside area. Just going to walk you around. There's the other side to the Havana bar. So what I showed you earlier was the inside area where the band played. This is the outside area. Plenty of chairs and stuff there. And at the end is the enormous, huge, gigantic Havana pool. And basically it's a large hot tub. But yeah, not quite the same as the Vista class. That's it. There's your pool for everybody. Anyway, moving on. We'll continue walking around here, and then I'm going to show you the upper decks. So we'll do a loop at the Havana, and then I'll show you the upper decks. Bit underwhelming, that pool, but other than that, it looks very nice, these chairs in the sun. You got your own private bar, like I said. If you go in here, you're going to go back into the main bar. There's the bar. The Latin band was actually practicing while I was in there. And then you're going to come out here if you want to go to Chibang. Or back into Deck 8. But I'm a rebel. And I wasn't satisfied with just doing this. I wanted to show you what the actual cabins look like on the Havana area. So that's going into the Havana bar. But let's double back and sneak back into the staterooms. But you know what? Let's not go into the stateroom area itself. Let's go to the outside because it looks better. Feel like I've been here once before. They still didn't stop me. But now instead of turning right like I did earlier to show you the pool, I'm going to turn left and show you the cabins from the outside. So here we go. So this is what they all look like. These are all the Havana cabanas. Like a pleasant street. There you go. It's like this all the way down. And then at the front, we're going to go around the back and show you some of the extended ones. Whatever seats you see in front, they're open for anybody. They're not limited, but obviously these balcony patios are yours. So it's a bit more private than I thought it was going to be. So only the Havana people can walk around in front of you, and there's no reason why anybody really should walk around here unless they're in a cabin near you. But this is what you have in each one. Nice little seated area outside. Again, these are the Havana cabanas. But now once we go around here, you're going to see some of the extended ones. So even more private. And larger. Yep, that's one. That's probably a suite. These will be the extended balcony ones. That's what you get. Little swinging chair. I was able to do the same thing on Loft 19, so you'll see that in a little while. So we're still walking, there's another suite there. So we are now walking back on the opposite side, show you the cabins on the other side, which is basically the same. So there you go, that's where you got in each one. Little swinging hammock there as well. So this is just a mirror of the other side. I know on the other side I didn't really point in here, I was kind of concentrating on not falling over. So this side I decided I'd point in. So these are going to be the same as the opposite side. Hello. He's like, you're not Havana. Or she's like, you're not Havana. Look at her staring me down. Anyways, so this is the whole Havana area. It's quite large. Plenty of cabins. If that's your thing, and it will be my thing in February or March. Look at that great camera work with my shoulder showing in the corner. God, I'm good. Let's point it forward again, suit guy. All right, so that's your tour, pretty much, of the Havana staterooms, and this is the inside area. We're going to walk back out, and then shortly I'm going to take you on a tour of deck 16 and up. We are almost 2/3 of the way through, everybody. Woohoo! We're getting there. All right. Decks 6 through 8 almost completed in the books. Oh, I said, can I take a quick sneak in there? No, she wouldn't let me, but I tried. I said hello. Look, sneak in the view, sneak in the view. Ah, she wouldn't let me in. Anyway, carrying on. All right, this is all the cabin decks. I'm not going to show you these in full detail because it's kind of boring walking up and down. I will say try and avoid deck 9 and deck 15 because it'll be a bit noisier because you're right underneath or above the action. But on this little part of the video, we're going to take you on deck 16 and up. So we'll start you with deck 16, obviously, and we'll finish you up with the Loft 19 at the very end. I managed to sneak in and get some video. So here we are on deck 16. This is what they would consider, I guess, the Lido area. It's not as big as I am used to, but first thing I want to show you is Street Eats, which is up here on the left. There's your Seafood Shack. These are some cool little restaurants that vary the menus every day. The Time Fries had different themed fries. The Steam Dream had different like dumplings and stuff like that. And the Mad Sizzle had different options of food choices every day. Definitely check them out. It's worth a try. If you like, more of a snack than anything else, but you know, really, really good food we had there whenever we went there. And like I said, it differs every single day. So we're going to come back out into the main pool area. As you can see, there's seats all around. Not as many as you might think. So if you want to get a seat here, you'll be lucky, especially when the ship is fuller and we're at sea on a nice day. But yeah. Here's the Blue Iguana Cantina, where they do your tacos, not tacos, and burritos. Can't wait for the comments. I always get them. You don't say taco correctly. More seats, as you can see. All I ever say is, we were first, you change the name. Leave it there. Straight ahead is the Red Frog. It's on 2 levels. You know, it's not as big as you might think it will be. So on busy days, it's hard to get a seat here, and it's with all the fancy drinks they make, it's not always easy to get a drink, especially if you want a beer. But there is no Blue Iguana bar on this deck, so on this ship, so you have to deal with that on 2 levels. And the one up on deck 17, as you're going to see in a while, is a lot smaller. So we're going to pop in here and walk you down the food area, which always, it seemed a bit smaller. Again, a lot of the things on this ship seem larger than I was expecting, and a lot of them seem smaller. But maybe it's because of all the other restaurants on board, but I definitely didn't get the impression that the Lido, the marketplace, the buffet and stuff was really that big. But we're going to walk you down here and show you everything. I mean, obviously they've got Shaq's Chicken, which I'll show you in a minute, and we've got Guy's Burgers, which we'll get to, you know, so there's plenty of lunch options. So maybe they felt like not as many people would eat in here, so they just didn't make it as big, but it definitely didn't feel like it was. But very clean, very neat, very modern looking. These are all the seating areas, as you can see. And we're going to walk to the back where they had Shaq's Chicken. On the left, you'll see some of the buffet areas where you would get your food. It's kind of the same on both sides. Again, remember, the pizza is down on deck 8. It's not up here. Sorry, deck 7. Or was it deck 8? No, deck 8. Ha! Here's your Shaq's Big Chicken. And the Tides Pool. So this is the aft bar. There's your Shaq's Big Chicken. There was always a line there. Breakfast and lunch. Very, very good. You need to try it. So there you have your Tides Pool and hot tubs. Nice little seated area at the back there. And then coming back around this side, you're going to see the Tides Bar. And back onto the other side of the Lido dining area, Marketplace. You had to push a button to open all the doors, which was kind of weird. It's supposed to be done by testing your body out, but half the time that didn't work, so you have to hit a button to get in. But anyway, similar to the other side, walking up and down here, more seating areas for food, and then the food's more going to be on the inside. As you can see, down there. We're getting there, everybody, over 2/3 of the way through. Whoop, whoop. My voice can hold up. But again, like I said on the other side, there's plenty of seating areas in here, but I just didn't get the feel of a lot of food areas. These are the buffets again, like you had on the other side, and there's a few more on the inside area. Drink stations and all that good stuff. All right, so we're coming back out to the main Lido Deck area where the Red Frog pub was, and then we're going to take you up to deck 17. There's your Lido. It's where they'll do like the groove for St. Jude and all that good stuff up here. There's your Red Frog. We're going to take these stairs up here and go up to deck 17. Now up on deck 17, you have a few more things to show you. We haven't even got to the boat yet, have we? So on the right-hand side is going to be the upper level of the Red Frog. Right in there. There's your upper level. As you can see, plenty of seats up top. Well, we're going to go this way around and back up the other side for now. Because in here I want to show you where they have Guy's Burgers. Now, we didn't eat Guy's Burgers all week either, and I honestly didn't ever come up here to see how busy it was, which I should have. But I know with Shaq's Big Chicken, it may have taken away some of the gusto, but this is a huge Guy's Burger area. So I guess they're anticipating a lot of people being up here. Well, this is where they have it. And there's your line to go through. It's like a Disney ride. There's your Club O2. And coming out here, you're going to see some people because up ahead is the smoking section, which always had people. So get ready to hold your breath, everybody. Again, we're on deck 17 now. There's the end of Club O2, and we are entering the smoking section. Not too many people today, but normally a lot of people in here. And here we are, the back of deck 17. More seats. You won't find too many people up here, so you should have a pretty good chance of getting a seat if you come up here. Not too popular, not any bars nearby or anything, so it's just more of a relaxing area. Just going to go down here and just peer back down and show you those pools and everything we saw before on deck 16. And we're going to continue. Now we're going forward again on deck 17. We'll be at the boat soon. Don't you worry. So as you can see there's plenty of spaces where you can get seats to sit. Some in the shade, some not in the shade. You just got to find them. But not a huge amount around the Lido area. So if you want to be there where all the action is, you better get there early. These will be the quieter areas. All right. Continuing on. You know, sometimes I wonder if I should fast forward through these little bits, but I think it gives a better impression to see the whole ship. Gives you a bit of a perception of how big it is and how long the walks are around everything by doing this. If you jump ahead, it doesn't give you the full picture. Now we're going to go up to deck 18 is up there, and you know what's up there. It's the boat. we're going to continue around back the other way in a little while because that's where the Serenity and the Loft 19 areas were. So we'll show you that after we show you this little bit. So this is deck 18. You got some games, you got the basketball court, football, and all that good stuff. This is the jogging track, which Julie pointed out to me is a one-sided jogging track. So you better hope you don't meet somebody coming the other way. Or who's giving way is the question. I did get the impression on this ship that they just tried to pack as much as they could in to the area they had, probably too much, and that's why some of the areas are a bit smaller than they maybe should be. But above you can see the boat course, as it were. Here's your basketball. A lot of little cabana, little mini cabana areas, mini eggshell, clam shells they call them, I think, around the place right there. And they have a ropes course as well. The jogging track, 7 laps is 1 mile. Can't even be bothered to work that out. But it's 7 times is 1 mile, I can tell you that. All right, we're coming here into the kids' play area. Yes, there were some kids on the cruise. Not too many. Pretty much this is all of them, I reckon. And there's the boat course above you. Mini golf. More kids area. Waterworks. And then coming around here is the entrance to boat. So this is where you'll come when you make your appointment. You can take a picture in one right there, which is as close as I got to doing it, because I ain't doing no roller coaster. But that's where you'll go up. And then more of these clamshells. So we're going to walk down here, and then after we finish this little bit, we're going to finish up this very small tour with a trip to show you the Serenity Deck and Loft 19. So if I did this 7 times, I'll have done a mile. But we're only doing it once. There's the ropes course right above as well. The ropes course got kind of a scary bit. You have to jump over the water to finish the final bit. I saw a lot of people very nervous about doing that. But for now, this is the Serenity Deck area we're going to head into. So we're going to come back down to deck 17. And we're going to walk down here. And we're going to walk to the back, which is where the Serenity Deck and Loft 19 are. We're above the main Lido deck down there to the left. Loft 19, if you didn't know, is where they have all the cabanas you can pay for, and they are ridiculously overpriced, just my opinion, and nobody ever uses it, so it's a wasted area. But as you'll see, there was nobody in there when I went in there, hardly. They need to do something about that because it's a completely wasted, amazingly nice area. But we'll leave that there. This is not the Serenity Deck yet. This is private areas or public areas anybody can go to. So you've got these chairs as well. A lot of people might think it's Serenity, but until you go past this spot here, you are not in Serenity. So you can have kids right there. Now we are in the Serenity. So this is the adult only area. And up above is a Loft 19, which we'll hit at the end. Some hot tubs, day beds, nice large area. More day beds in the shade. Get there early for them. Again, this is a port day, so there's not too many people around. But on a sea day, that's going to be pretty busy. There's a pool in the middle, which you don't normally see on a Serenity deck like that. A couple of a decent size area. And the bar was in that area too. More day beds. And then we're going to come around here. We're still in the Serenity area. More shady-ish areas and sunny areas. So it's a very large Serenity deck, as you can see. But still, when the ship is full, we'll see. There's a lot of guests on this ship when it's full. All right, continuing on around. Still in the Serenity. More day beds, and on the left is the pool and the bar area. So if we went straight ahead here, we would be leaving the Serenity deck. But as I'm a rebel, I just went up into Loft 19 and walked around. So Loft 19 will be up here. Again, this is the private cabana area. The only way you get a free cabana is if you're in the presidential suite, which is like $4 million a week. Other than that, you have to pay for these cabanas, and they are a lot of money, like $500 and something for the day. Well, they were doing a half day special where it was like $250, I think it was, from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. But that's dinner time, half of that, so who's going to use them? So all these cabanas were always empty. I never saw more than one used. If you are in those Excel suites and stuff like that, you do get to come up here, I believe, and use the actual chairs, but not the cabanas. So it's kind of blocked off from the Serenity area. Below here is where the Serenity pool and the bar is. More cabanas. Again, this is Loft 19. So we are almost at the end of this tour. Almost 50 minutes. My longest video ever. I'm tired. If anybody's still listening, thank you. It's a Christmas miracle. So there we go, more cabanas. And again, we are above the Serenity deck. I apologize, I didn't get any video of the pool. I just realized I should have done that. But it's a nice pool. You have to trust me. The pool in the Serenity deck, that is. All right, so we're coming to the end of our little tour here. We are now finishing up Loft 19. Beautiful ship. I'm glad you stuck with it. If you didn't, you're not listening, so it don't matter. And if you're listening carefully, you might even hear my cat crying in the background. But after 50 minutes of doing this, I'm not starting over again. She had to decide right at the end to start making noise, didn't she? That's what cats do. So there you go. That's the coming back to the end of Loft 19. We're just going to walk back down here, and we're going to finish up my lovely little tour of Carnival Mardi Gras. If you haven't been on her, I recommend you do. You'll either love her or hate her. She's either too big or just right. another hot tub. We're back in the Serenity area. So we're just going to walk back out to the front here and then we'll conclude the tour. We're out of the Serenity Deck now. This is back to the private area, where, or public, I said private, public area where anybody can sit. Overview in the Lido Deck. So lots of seats around up and above, but not too many around the actual Lido pool area itself, as you can see. So just keep looking, you'll find somewhere. All right, I hope you enjoyed that little tour. I'm going to hand you back over to my friend, the suit guy, for his closing remarks on my ship tour of Carnival Mardi Gras. Woo! You still here? Good grief, you're keen. Thank you. Carnival Mardi Gras, huge ship, loads to find. In a 7-day cruise, I very much doubt you'll cover everything. There'll be things you miss, like the spa and salon, like the Camp Ocean, which I did completely. Good luck finding the chef's table because it's hidden, as I explained in the video. It's hidden away. You have to go through the galley to get there. So with the whole COVID rules right now, they're doing it in the chef's kitchen. So, you know, Carnival Kitchen, not chef's kitchen. What am I talking about? So, you know, a bit different. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it and you're still awake and you're even listening to me right now, I'd love you to subscribe. I'd love you to send me an email if you have any questions. I love to help people, especially those that haven't cruised much and need help and advice. I will only ever give you my honest opinion and input, not so a guy that tells you what you should and shouldn't do. I tell you what I would do, and if you like that, do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. I'm not one of those guys. I'm worn out now, so I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.